It's me. Today I wanted to talk to you about something for Essential Saturday that was different than usual. Usually I share my oils with you guys, but today it's been really on my heart to talk about the business of multi-level marketing. Taboo, 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 taboo. Oh my God, what is that? Is that a pyramid scheme? What is that? Oh my gosh. The reason I woke up this morning, I think, with this on my heart, partly was because I received my check. So I decided to become a distributor for Young Living because I love the product so much. And let me go back. Let's take it back. So I'm just launching into this. So basically, I started doing this business on accident, which I think a lot of people do. So I knew I wanted essential oils in my life. A friend invited me to a little gathering she had at her house, and I went. I already had my lavender oil and my eucalyptus oil from Whole Foods. I was good. I didn't need anything else until I discovered the miracle of these Young Living products and what they can do for you. And I was blown away, right? So I ended up, getting my starter kit and being so excited and swearing to everyone that I was never going to do the business. I was certain. So then, I'm using my oils. I love them so very much. Oops, my battery's low. This will be a fast class. So my battery's low. So anyway, I was sure I would never do it. And then I loved the product so much, and like products that we love, thank you, Tori. Like products that we love, we end up telling people about them. We end up telling people, oh my gosh, you have to try this, oh my gosh. Or people notice things about us that are different and they want to know, well, what are you using? Where'd you get that? Or you smell so good, or whatever. And so people ask. So then before you know it, you're saying, well, here's my Young Living oil, or I've been using this Young Living product, or whatever, and they want to get it. So what do? You give them your member number, and then they end up buying it, and then you get what I like to call a thank you check in the mail from Young Living. And so when that happened to me a couple times, I was like, okay, I'm not even doing anything. I'm like literally just telling people, this thing's cool, I'm using it, you should use it or try it, and I'm getting paid. So what is that about, right? So then I personally went on this like crazy investigation of what is this multi-level marketing thing, what is direct selling, they're the same thing. What is a pyramid scheme, because people have this misconception that it's the same thing. So I'm a researcher, so I went crazy and I read everything about what it is, what this kind of business is. And I knew what people, who'd been doing this business for a while told me, which was, oh my gosh, time freedom. I work whenever I want to. I get to share something that I love. I am the CEO of my own life. I don't work for anybody else. And it's truly an incredible thing. So I'd heard all of that. But I didn't really understand the structure of it. And so the reason I wanted to talk to you guys today is because I feel like there's a misconception of what an MLM is. People get a little bit scared when they don't know what something is. I know I did. And people, if you look all around right now, there's a reason why there's so many people who are doing this kind of business, right? We have Young Living's one. There's, Ronan and Fields. There's the Beauty Counter. There's LuLaRoe. You can go on and on and on and on. There's, Herbalife, I think, was one of the original ones. I mean, they go on forever, and there's a reason that people do them. Many reasons. But first of all, the basic structure of an MLM is that MLMs just take out the middleman when it comes to selling or buying something. So when you go to Target and you buy something at the store, right? Target is the person selling it to you, or the store that's selling it to you, but they're selling it to you at a retail markup. So it's about 3 times the value of the actual product is what you're buying. right? And then Target is going to make that profit off of that increased value of the product, right? So you're paying them, and then Target gets the money, and then the person who actually made the product is getting a smaller amount of money, right? So basically what an MLM does is they take out that middleman, so there is no Target. There's just the person who makes the product and then the person who you buy from, right? So in an MLM, you are the person that your friends are going to trust, right, to recommend something. So rather than the company spending all that money on advertising and all of that money on, marking up things, they are instead knowing that their product is awesome and that people are going to love it and talk about it to their friends, because that's what we do all the time, every day. I mean, how many things do we suggest to friends, right? Go to this coffee shop, it's amazing. Oh my God, the best restaurant is over here. You should buy this dress at this place. This is my favorite gift shop, right? So we do that all day long, but we don't get paid for it, and that's fine. But basically what multi-level marketing does is it just makes it so you get a benefit from sharing a product. So that's what happened to me. So here I am, just loving these products, and so naturally recommending them, and then all of a sudden people are buying them, and all of a sudden I'm getting a check in the mail, and it's like literally that's what happens, and it's crazy, right? It's crazy, but it's awesome. And MLM, that whole structure is based on the original way that business was done. So way back when, before there's really money, people are exchanging things, right? So I have a garden, I grow corn, and you have a cow. So I'm going to exchange my corn for your milk, right? We both benefit, we both get something out of it. We both get what we want, right? So there's no middleman there. There's no someone in the middle marking up the prices of the corn and the milk, and then we have to buy from that person, right? We're just going straight to each other. We're going straight to the source. So that's basically what you're doing, is you're not having to pay those expensive inflated prices, and you're benefiting your friend who you trust and who you love, right? So it feels really good. So for me, once I discovered that, I was like, oh, wait a second, like this is actually really cool. Why don't we do more of this? And, I ran into sometimes, when I would share with people, oh, is this a pyramid scheme? Is that what this is? And it's really funny. It's understandable why people think, the pyramid scheme thing, because it is kind of a shape of a pyramid. You're your own CEO at the top, and then you have people below you, and then they share with people, and then they share with people. So it does end up kind of being that shape of a pyramid. But a pyramid scheme is actually a thing that's illegal in the United States. It's when a business creates a structure where someone at the top makes all the money, and then all the people below are recruiting people. There's no product being sold. People have to buy in. So they're paying money to join this pyramid, and then thinking, being promised that once they get to that top tier, they make all the money. Well, what usually happens is a lot of those businesses don't make it past a few months or a few years. So all these people buy in, and then all these people, the company collapses, and all these people end up with no money, and they've been cheated out of money. That's just definitely more so what a pyramid scheme is. That is what a pyramid scheme is. So they're illegal in the United States. So people, but sometimes see the structure of an MLM and think, oh my God, it's a pyramid. It is a shape of a pyramid sometimes, but it has, however, not a pyramid scheme. And not only that, but when pyramid schemes were trying to get away with their shenanigans, they would disguise themselves as MLMs. They would say they're MLMs or direct selling when they weren't. So that gave MLMs a bad name as well. And I had a family member actually who was like, don't do an MLM, don't do it, you'll lose your friends. You'll have to ask your friends to buy things and they'll be annoyed and all that stuff. And it freaked me out. I was like, okay. But in the end I was like, I'm not going to annoy people. I don't want people doing or getting things they don't want. So I'm not going to do that. And what I realized is that, sometimes if people have had a bad experience with someone pushing something on them, obviously they're going to have a bad taste in their mouth for that type of business. But really, the business in and of itself, I believe, is actually a higher consciousness kind of business, because you're not just mindlessly going to the store and just buying what you need and blah, blah, blah. You are seeking out products that your friends who you trust and love use, and recommend, and these are often, because they have to be, some of the highest quality products that exist. Because if they're not good products, the business isn't going to succeed, because it's based on word of mouth, right? So Young Living products, are so freaking incredible that I would use them, people would see a difference in me or smell a difference in me and immediately want them. And then the oils were so effective on them that then, of course, they're telling people, and then their friends are telling people, and it just goes on and on and on, all by word of mouth. So it takes a more conscious person, which I believe we're moving towards as a human race right now. I believe, even though it doesn't look like it, I think this is part of it, that we're moving towards being more aware of where we get our things and our sourcing of things, and we're caring more about the impact that what we buy has on the environment, and the impact that what we buy has on our bodies and our families and our health. And so when we see a friend who is using something and, wow, your health is amazing, and you really trust that company, and wow, that's really cool, and I want that too for my family, then it's just natural that you trust your friend to recommend that to you, and then you buy through them, and then you benefit them by doing that. And they're building their business, and then you're getting the benefit of the product. So it's this beautiful, it's actually a beautiful co-beneficial, I know there's a better word that's not coming to mind, symbiotic kind of relationship that happens through this type of business. So don't be afraid of looking into the products that your friends recommend. They recommend them for a reason. There's a reason, and I can only speak for me, but I know that I, like I said, was 100% sure I would never do an MLM or share the business, and it's something that sort of happened to me because the products were so amazing and I believe in them so much, and now it's just such a symbiotic part of my life. It just fits right in with all of the things I believe, from energy healing to living a lifestyle that is sustainable and takes care of myself as well as the planet and the people I love. So you are benefiting your friends, you're who sell, and you're also benefiting yourself when you use these amazing products. And the more you do your research and you find, the more you do your research and you discover, the actual ethics of the company and the quality of the products, the more obviously you're benefiting yourself and the planet. So, I wrote down a couple things because I was super nervous to talk about this because I know it's like very taboo. It tends to be. And I just wanted to, the thing I really wanted to say, the reason this really came up for me is because, I talked about the benefits of just the business in general. But the main thing I wanted to say is that, so I had surgery last month, the mid to end of July, and I'd been slowly building a business and sharing and just loving doing that, and I had to completely stop because I was in a bed recovering, all of that stuff. And sorry, I have a little thing on my phone. I stopped for, 2, 3, 4, almost 4 weeks. And the check that I got from last month, when I only worked half of the month, was more than it was the month before. Let me tell you about that. I'll repeat that. The check I got last month when I only was able to work half the month was more than the check that I got the month before when I was able to work the whole month. This is the magic of this style of business. I don't know about you guys, but I have been an actress. I am an actress. I've worked in the entertainment industry. I've worked in hospitality. I've worked in fitness, private instruction. I am used to trading my hours for dollars. I am used to, if I don't show up for work, I don't get paid. If I'm not there, I don't get paid. This business creates residual income, which means that if I can't show up to my desk at home where I'm working from home, I am still going to make money. You guys, that is life-changing. That is life-changing. That is game-changing. That is incredible. Time freedom. I can work from home. I can work whenever I want, from anywhere I want. I can be on vacation at the beach doing emails and sending stuff to people. I can be anywhere in the world. And I can be, I can be anywhere. I can work with my favorite people because I love them and I get to share what I do with them. I get to have complete time freedom. I can take some time off if I need to be with my family. I know there's a lot of mothers who do MLMs, you guys, and that's why I don't know a lot of people that want to sit in an office all day. I don't know a lot of people who don't want to be able to be there to take their kids to school or pick them up when they get home. I don't know a lot of people who don't want time freedom. I mean, raise your hand if you don't want time freedom, right? I don't think that's many of us. So you get to be your own CEO. You work for yourself. You get to use and love a product and buy it at wholesale and get to share that love with other people. You get to build an amazing team of amazing people who love you and who you love. You create incredible relationships. MLMs are a relationship business. That's it. They're all about relationships. The product is secondary. People want that connection, and we don't get that at the store. We don't get that at Target. We don't get that anywhere but through this type of business. And I just really felt on my heart to share that with you guys and to really just open up that part of your brain that sometimes gets scared of something it doesn't know, or when it feels like it's being sold to really look into it, not just for how it's supporting your amazing friends and how you're directly helping them instead of random store Walmart. You're directly helping your friends, and also to look into it for yourself, because there is nothing like being able to take the time you need to heal after going to the hospital, or to take the time off that you need to be with a family member who's going through something, or to go on a vacation and be able to still pay your bills because you didn't have to show up and trade your time for dollars because you were making a residual income. I cannot express to you enough how important and special that is. And don't wait until you're 70 to realize, I just traded my whole life to buy someone else's dream. I just traded all of my hours for a paycheck that would only go so high because that person above me determined how much I could make. Instead, decide to be your own boss of your time, of your money, of your hours, of your life. It takes motivation. It takes that. But my gosh, you guys, I don't think there's anything better. And with that time freedom, you can pursue all the dreams that you want on the side. And also having that income that is limitless, only limited by what you decide, that is incredible. Such incredible freedom. So if freedom's your game, MLM is your game. Yeah. So I just wanted to share that. It was on my heart. It was a scary thing to talk about, but I hope you guys got something out of this, and I hope that if you have questions, you ask me, and if you have anything you want to talk about, please let me know. I just think that there's a lot of misconceptions about MLMs, and I think they're such a gift, and I really hope that at the very least you support your friends who are doing this business, because you are directly helping them to live a life of freedom. And I hope that you too look at the life that you want and dare to reach for something that you create, that's yours, that is limitless, because you deserve it. I love you. Mwah. Have an awesome day. Happy Saturday.